Alrighty. So as I've said in the going live messages, it's very warm. Oh, webcam on. So unfortunately I've had to skip the cosplay. But the good news in cosplay department is this sort of worked. Okay, there's a couple of things I need to improve about it. I think I put, like when I did the test piece, it came out a bit light, so I put in a bit more dye, but I think I went too far the other way. Don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's some air bubbles. Yep. Air bubbles. Yep, I've found it does fit over my ear. And yep, I'm just, if nothing else, I know the process works, which is fantastic. Anyways, we're just going to get straight into the game because I don't want to make this a particularly long stream because, yep, as I said, it is warm. I feel like I'm going to melt. Yeah. Okay, the game capture's still going to be on Zelda, so we'll just Kingmaker. This back to the proper place. Hey there, Deep Silver logo. How's it going? And there we go. I suppose if nothing else, I might be able to get the ears finished in time to do the full cosplay for this. So yeah, back onto the treadmill.
An ambush, eh?
So yeah, to reiterate my plan, long story short, there's a encounter with a bunch of I can't remember what they are, but like Fey enemies from the first world who have all sorts of abilities like glamour, and they have a monarch who can basically summon in a ton of units. So my plan here is basically to obviously do the usual buffs, and I'm going to cast greater invisibility on Knock Knock and have him do an assassination. And also my character will throw in a disintegrate for good measure. So yeah, this is where we're headed. Speaking about it, was there anything around here? Oh wait, yeah, this is where we're headed. There were some enemies that way. Oh, okay, wait, no, that area is empty. So yeah, to the north there's another encounter, but there's nothing there, so I didn't bother. So we are headed south. Shire of the Many is just hanging about here as he tends to do. Sorry, Shike of the Many. Or they tend to do. And that is they, both in the non-binary and the plural sense. Okay, so the key I need to assassinate is just there. So let's do some buffs. Use haste. Make haste, if you will. That only lasts 30 seconds, so we're going to have to make this quick. The Wand of Lead Blades on me. Just so she gets that extra damage. What the buffs do we need? Yep, we've got to have enlarged person on Amiri. Put greater invisibility. Knock.
Head down. Move quiet. Ready to stab.
Okay, oh yeah, per level, so it lasts like 2 minutes. Got some spells, I can use buffs.
Confide in me.
Oh yeah, before I forget, I need to put freedom of movement on Knock Knock as well, because otherwise he'll just get stun locks. Bunch of these, there we go. The lost. Okay, I can copy it to his spellbook. Interesting. Move lightning bolt to my spellbook, that's also interesting. And it's okay, it's that. For a moment there I thought it was cool lightning. Okay, we'll just cast hashtag blessed. Hey Icky. For a second you thought I'd gone with that swoopy undercut hairdo. Keeps you up in Fallout games. That means hi. Yeah. My hair is kind of a mess because I was going to wash it yesterday, but I thought, you know, I was gonna have it under a wig today, so I didn't bother. And then obviously it's too hot to actually wear the wig now, so I've just blasted it with dry shampoo and hope for the best. How you doing anyway, Icky? Have a shout out. Hopefully that's working. Yep, the murderous swarms. But on the plus side, I did bring it up literally when I started, but I have an ear. And obviously it's a bit fiddly to get on, but just use the plaster cast. It's a little wobbly, so I need to work on that. Maybe I need to just use a slightly firmer silicone. Yep. Yeah. Yep, I've got an ear here. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I mean, obviously this is the last week I've got off work, but I think I've had a pretty good run. And if nothing else, I'll have a bunch of ears to show for it. Pointy ears. My plan is basically to do one in a set in blue, a set in orange. I'll do a set in red because I kind of want to cosplay what's the face from Baldur's Gate 3. You know, the character I'm talking about. But I can't remember any name for more than 10 seconds at most. Did I dye the ear material or paint it? Basically, that's with just dye added. I actually went a bit darker than I was planning, because obviously the face paint I use for the stripe and what that will be using to paint myself overall is a bit lighter than that. So yeah, I might need to water it down. I'll probably be mixing up another batch anyway, because this ear didn't come out quite as perfect. There's a few air bubbles. But yeah. I can probably paint it over with the face paint as well, just to try and get a better colour match. Which is really what I should have done in the first place, and just erred on the lighter side, but hey. Every day is a school day.
What's new?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting for some reason he's not got his spells back.
Share your troubles.
If anyone has stone skin, because that would be super useful. I think that's about everything, so let's go forth. Oh. Let's activate angelic form. Seeing overlook and resolve mass. Select knock knock. Let's go.
Knock knock used to lighting enemies and hoping not fight back. Best kind of fight. Huh. Oh.
Okay, well that was just PCs. Natural. Yeah, it's true that wigs would probably help sort of cover it a bit. Oh wow, I forgot about the -4 penalty from Piranha Strike. Maybe I should switch that off. Oh, Pain Ellis, greetings from Mad Hell. I hope it wasn't too harsh on you. Yeah, I guess the wig would probably cover the seams, but the nice thing about this is because it's literally, well, I literally moulded it so it fits right into my ears. There is no seam to hide, which is one of the advantages of making your own ears. But yep, I guess I'm going to have to try Disintegrate instead. There we go. Okay, he made his Fortitude saving throw. Okay, wow, I remember disintegrate being a lot more than that. Well. Oh yeah, I didn't have maximize activated. Oh well. Okay, Kanara. This because he's ridiculous. Let's summon something. Oh yeah, not enough actions to do that yet. I get him with arrow from a floor from here? Not really. Bone sheet? Not quite. Okay, Archon's Aura. Okay, Amiri. Drop stealth. Charge in, but you can get up close. Well, who invited you to the initiative order? Hey Tau Kitty, welcome to First World. Hell, I know, right? Oh damn. Well, they just one-shotted Knock Knock, despite all those buffs. By the way, Slay Living is nonsense, cheating, and should be banned. As I use it, then it's perfect.
Stand down.
Hey Yan, hope you're having a good day. You're tired but okay, fair enough. Okay, let's try this again. I really wish people would roll over a 5. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, Amiri. Get in. Okay, she needs to roll at least a 13 to hit. I keep forgetting how high this guy's thing is. Oh well. But if I hit him with bombs, maybe he'll fall over. Those archers so much. So much. Okay, unraveling infusion. Where's His Majesty? Just short of what I needed. Okay. Problem here, of course, is that Tristian's not got many offensive spells. Okay, that's good. Just not quite there. And the problem is now that he's probably going to, yeah, cast heal on himself. Really not a fan of that. If only every single one of Knock Knock's attacks didn't keep missing.
This won't kill me.
Dying is unpleasant. All right.
Another thing, their grunting is really annoying. Okay. Can I get to a Miri? No. Okay, plan B. Oh yeah, they're resistant to fire, aren't they? Okay, Miri, you've got this.
Bring it.
Oh, fire. Why did I use fire? Yep, they're not even shutting up between their turns, no less. And I could have won this, but I used fire instead of acid. So I'm a fool, a chair, and a clown.
This won't kill me.
I'm getting killed here.
Oh, Sarenrae, I see your light.
Hey, Enfys. Can we get a shout out for Goggles, since Enfys will be streaming with him a bit later. And they don't really sort of stream on their own at the moment. And you know, I'll give them a shout out anyway. Oh, thank you, Enfys. I'm trying not to literally melt while I try and get through this fight. Problem is, the random number god hates me.
The dangers don't frighten me.
I'll scout ahead.
Okay, what other buffs do we have? We'll give freedom of movement to Knock Knock. Cool, he's got that for 2 hours. Oh, cool. Put Holy Lance on Amiri. Amiri's name. Oh, that's Perannable Strength. That doesn't make that much difference anyway, but large person. Potion of Blink, so she's harder to hit. That should cover the guys I'm sending ahead. And Fierce you might not be as of yet. Oh yeah, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, Goggles has some stuff he needs to do this afternoon, doesn't he? Don't know if that's happening, so we don't know if that's happening. Okay, we'll use Blur. Gonna see how you are after food, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to be streaming that long myself because very warm. Yeah. The Wand of Lead Blades on Amiri. Wait, who's Alert? Oh wait, yeah, one of the
Adventures are exciting.
Okay, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. It's greater invisibility. Oh wait, no, I'm going to cast it on Knock Knock. That's befitting our assassin. Don't think there's any particular energy they're using.
Here I am.
Give Amiri a constitution buff. Is it Bull Strength, Cat's Grace, Bear's Endurance, that was it? Oh yeah, got pretty high constitution, so it won't make any difference. No less surprise strat for surviving global warming. Be where they already have decent AC, not where they never needed it. Funny that. Speediest Retreat, which ironically can be used to charge in.
Na, Orma.
Okay, Knock Knock. showtime.
Knock Knock used to lighting enemies on fire, hoping not fight back. Best kind of fight. Ha! Ha!
Okay, this is ridiculous. Oh, I forgot to remove Piranha Strike. Okay, that might not have actually helped much. Tower Kitty, what's an AC? Just kidding. I think an AC is that thing that makes you harder to hit, isn't it? Good with fire, aren't they? I suppose I should really position Amiri at the front of the party to next go. Wait. Oh, I forgot to give Jubilos freedom for movement. I'm a fool, a chair, and a clown.
I'm leaking red off.
So those archers are still nonsense, and they should be banned forever. Bullseye. Okay. Now let's see. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Oh, hey Key, thank you for telling me to stop self-defaming, the hard rate and the posture check. Oh yeah. Cat Bat. We got to raid over. How's pathfinding going? Oh, I'm literally melting and... yeah, that's it. That's the full sentence, really. Anyway, I'm trying to beat this, but it looks like they hate the well, the random number god hates me anyway. Okay, I've been blinded. Something for blindness. Oh well. Okay, Amiri, see if you can assassinate this monarch. Wait, did I forget to... oh, I forgot haste. My haste, ironically. Nice. Hey, Kara. Yep. Pretty bread, pretty bread, pretty bread. Yep, I plan to make some bread today. Well, not today, but maybe sometime this week before I'm off holiday again. Okay, Tristian has no way of getting through. But you can arrow floor this guy. Oh, concealment, great. Where's that monarch?
Won't kill me!
Really annoying that they can just cast Slay Living every turn. And thank you for using Bread Droid. Kara, it is still my favourite emoji.
Sister, protect me.
Funny how she still says that even though she and her sister exist separately right now.
Unpleasant.
So yeah, this went badly.
I'm getting killed here!
Dying is unpleasant.
Iris! Thanks for the raid. Can we get a shout out for Iris?
Dawnflower, grant me strength.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I saw I saw a message pop up saying you were streaming some Final Fantasy 13, but I went to do something else, completely forgot. How'd it go? No list did I pack any immunity to Slay Living scrolls. Yeah, I can't remember what would protect me from Slay Living. If anything. No, let's remember to buff up. Freedom's first. Red-tailed hawk screech. Oh yeah, fun bit of trivia for those who don't know. The stereotypical eagle call is actually a red hawk. And that actually reminds me of Rock Hawk from Paper Mario 2. Well, Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door. But you know, it's easier to call it 2. Tau Kitty, Death Ward from Tristian. Of course. Do I have Death Ward prepared? What's Death Ward? Paper Mario the 8-Year Door. Exactly. No less, apparently the bald eagle actually sounds like a seagull. Very appropriate. Ah, here we are, Death Ward. It's the same level as Freedom of Movement. Okay. don't know if I've got a mass version. Inspiring recovery. Okay, that's pretty good. To be fair, I haven't been using Tristian much, so... Iris, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, the second best Paper Mario game. Oh yeah, what's the best? Personally, I think it's got the best companion character in it. Oh wow, I keep forgetting how edgy Death Clutch is. It's literally the thing the villain in second Indiana Jones movie does. Oh, that could be fun. Okay, let's see, Death Ward. So there's no mass version of Death Ward. So if I have 2 castings of it prepared, and I won't get those back unless I rest. Oh yeah, this reminds me, just need to switch off Piranha Strike. It is Piranha Strike. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think at this point it's better to just have the attack hit because I get sneak attack damage. Iris, the best is Super Paper Mario. Oh yeah, I never got around to playing that. Yeah, I heard good things about it, even if it broke the formula a bit. Can I rest around here? Nope, enemies are nearby. Yep, let's just have a camp out here. in the corridor where the enemies are just feet away.
The
Well,
world is full of
that's it.
wonder.
Any other spells I want to have ready? Yeah, not really. I can swap out Hurricane Bow, because I'm not really using bows at the moment. Hypnotism's not going to be any use there. Shocking Grass might be handy in a pinch. Oh yeah, Protection from Alignment, you know. I'll cast that because I'm pretty sure they're oh my god, I have Stinking Cloud and I've not been using it. Stinking Cloud's useful, but Creation of Visibility is a bit more handy. Oh yeah, do I have Communal Stone Skin? Don't. Okay, Dragon Card's not that helpful because Tau Kitty, Resist Element, and Freedom of Movement are really nice here. True Seeing if I didn't spec into Blind Fighter's Feet. Oh yeah, I forgot True Seeing. Really is quite useful. I suppose I could just use Dimensional Door to teleport to the other side of the room. That'll confuse him. See Invisible Communal, because these fireballs aren't that useful. Haste, so I don't have to waste a scroll. And I think I have the mass version of Protection from Energy. Resist Energy Communal, Protection from Energy. Although I'm not really sure, because I don't think they really attack with any particular energy, so I'm not sure that'll be any use. I wish I still had Stone Skin. Summon's not that used. Chain Lightning's a classic, but got bigger and better spells here. Don't have any level 7 spell slots, which is a shame because I do have some high level spells. Hellfire Ray might be a good shout, since it bypasses damage reduction. He used Tenter's Perfect Transformation. Okay, use rations.
Now you see me?
Gaining the advantage is always smart.
Sure was nice of them to just wait over there. Miri can stand at the front, so she's got a clear line of sight to charge. Okay, I'll create another save so I don't have to do this all over again.
No time for idling.
Let's see. Seeing, true seeing. Okay, so my player character has a permanent freedom of movement from her weapon, which is nice. Just energy communal. Don't really think there's any particular energies they're using.
Right here, my friend.
But yeah, cast Death Ward. Amiri and Knock Knock, because they're going to be going in. Freedom of movement on Knock Knock.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Cast it from a scroll on Jubilos, because otherwise he'll be affected. Yeah, you know what? For some reason we can't use protection from evil. Communal. Oh, maybe I need to... Yeah, I sure hope it doesn't turn out that they're all chaotic neutral or something. I'll have Tristine cast that in a sec. I'll use haste. Maybe that strength bonus. Oh, have her maybe use greater invisibility so she's harder to hit. We'll enlarge her. There's endurance, so she's got a better con score. Same to Knock Knock.
My skills are getting rusty.
Wish I knew why Jubilos wasn't getting his spells back. Oh yeah. Yep, Piranha Strike's disabled.
Is there trouble?
Cast greater invisibility on Knock Knock.
Na, er, orma.
You know what? I'll cast it on Amiri too, because that'll make her harder to hit.
Na, air, orma.
Who's there? Lamashtu?
Do we have anything else to do? Oh yeah, Box's cunning might be useful on a mage. Potion of heroism, just for the bonus to saves. Exactly, Nerlus. A shiny yabba-dabba-doo. Okay. It's time.
Knock ears. With ears.
Go.
Knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Crit. Okay, good. They're actually connecting this time. Tristian. Oh yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, do I cast Hellfire Ray or do I cast Disintegrate? So Disintegrate does 2d6 per caster level. I am level 17, so that's 17d6. Oh yeah, I did forget to do anything else. Maximize Magic Rod. So that is 17d6 versus Hellfire Rays 15d6. But yeah, Disintegrate's the better option here. It hits. Lovely. Okay, Amiri. Perfect. And that is what we call in the industry a decapitation strike.
I'm leaking red all over myself.
Okay, Knock Knock is just up. Let's see if he can do this. Yes! Okay, Knock Knock. Okay. Next up, we need to do something about those guys. Concealment. I hate concealment. good. Okay, next up, we are going to summon... What shall we summon? Oh, let's go for the big one.
Stand down.
Okay, do I want Miri to fight these guys? No, I want her to take down this bloody archer. Oof.
Sister, protect me.
Okay. The Lost is in the way, so she can't just blast him.
I hate pain.
Okay, Jubilost, you're going to take a step back. Ouch. And you're going to knock... And you're going to throw a vial of knock them all down. Okay. Cure critical wounds on Kanara. Okay, let's see, who's the weakest among these? This one.
You offend me.
It's very rude how high their AC is, you know? Oh, hey Maxing, how's it going? You can't hear me yet due to choice you've made, but reminds you to ask if a lot of enemies seem to have multiple attacks of opportunity or powers that work when they do AOO, attack of opportunity. Oh, now you can hear. I've not really noticed. I've found that just being able to, you know, move or something to waste their attack of opportunity is a pretty sound strategy, albeit a bit of a gambit. Rara Amiri. Oh, critical miss. Too bad. I mean, with an attack bonus of 41, she cannot miss these people normally. Well, he's going to attack and get stabbed anyway.
Sister, protect me. Dying is unpleasant.
Okay, we're down someone, but without the archers, they're not too bad. Okay, acid time. Oh yeah, I've got... Okay, I think I might be in... Yep, I'm in trouble. Hehe, I'm in danger. Okay, stuck behind a table, but no matter. Now that Amiri's freed up, she's probably going to make short work of them all. But let's hope this doesn't go badly.
Protect me! Someone! Anyone!
Maxing your cleric King's Foil would tank in part by wasting AoE's attacks of opportunity by doing cheap spell likes in their faces like Touch of Good. That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to move out of the way and we're going to throw acid on them again. Christian. Okay, I don't want to cure Critical Wounds Mass because I'll heal them as well. Oh yeah, I can Breath of Life. Is it too late to Breath of Life Knock Knock? Yes. Oh, come the heck on. Okay, Miri, this is getting old. Do something about it.
This hurts so much. This cannot be happening.
Oh my no.
Well, that Breath of Life was wasted. Still, no friendly targets anymore. Yeah, that was probably not a good idea. Okay, that missed. Oh, hey Pombo, thanks for the bit. How's it going? Okay, that's another down. Just need to hold on. Okay, let's use Bone Shake on you. Yeah, that's what you get for having a skeleton.
Tear them apart.
Just too slow. Still, I think I just about made it through this combat. I think Death Ward cinched it. You know, go for the attack. Not that Christian could actually hit anything to save his life, but okay.
They go down.
Ready to stab.
What a battle! Wild Hunt Monarch has a glaive, +3. How boring. Wild Hunt Archer, of course, have normal composite longbows. because they have a very annoying ability. Oh, thanks for the posture check, Maxting. They have the very annoying power to make a very normal longbow act like a high-end weapon, which means you get no loot. Oh yeah, thank you for the reminder, Nolis. Time to save your save. I mean, it's cost me a lot of resources, but I think it was worth it. Hopefully there aren't more combats like that about. Alright, we got round here. Thousand Revolutions and Fairy Tales of Aristan. I think free books. Okay, apparently we need to break that water clock for some reason. I'll get to that in a moment. Hey Nick. So giving him the shout out, Nolis. Oh, sorry for everyone caught in the ads. Oh yeah, I just beat a really annoyingly hard combat, so I'm doing pretty well. Okay, so break the water clock. I have no idea what that's in aid of, but water from the broken water clock flows away in streams, but not all of it. Some freezes indecisively and then assumes the shape of a small winged creature. Why'd you break the clock? Mistress will be angry and boil me. If only someone would give her a new clock instead. It had better be a sun clock or an hourglass. I'm tired of living in the clock. Let someone else watch it. But what if the mistress makes me live in a pot or a kettle? Use detect magic. If you feel the presence of a powerful spell targeting the method, it's obvious that the spell's creator is not the creature itself, but someone much more powerful. It's hard to identify the spell's school of magic or its purpose. You can assume that right now it only provides passive effects, but it could be activated by some trigger or command. Who are you? Plutarch. Creature looks at you devotedly, then stops, apparently realising that a name is not enough. I'm Mephit. Mistress placed me here to watch the clock. The clock is very important for the library. If you don't look at it, you might go on reading forever and forget about everything. It's hard to tell by the Mephit's tone whether he's joking or literally means complete oblivion. Max Ding, that's a lot of ads. I had it set to 3 minutes, which will get rid of pre-rolls for the next hour or so. And yeah, no, that's super annoying, but I can't really do much about their policy. I suppose you could always get that thing that lets you not have any adverts on any channel ever. I imagine that's priced a bit ridiculous anyway. Tell me about the library. It's rather strange. Oh yeah, and since you might have guessed, because I'm not wearing cosplay, it is bloody warm, so I'm probably going to make this a short stream. Nick, 3 minutes every hour feels less annoying to you than 1 minute every 20 minutes for your interruptions. Oh yeah, I assume that is in regards to the no adverts anywhere on Twitch being expensive. Iris, you returned with fried rice and hot pockets. Hot pockets I know nothing about because they're not really a thing in this country, but fried rice sounds great. My favourite is egg fried rice, which I of course learned to make before I came out. Oh yeah, for those who haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a few air bubbles in the back and it's a bit wobbly, so if I do this again I might use a firmer silicone just so there's less wiggle. Yep, I'm super happy about how it's turned out. I'm not sure how many uses I'll get from the mould I've made, but I know the theory now, so I can do it again forever, which is fantastic. Yeah, to be fair, it does stay on somewhat. Even if the it is a bit dark. But yeah, I think I might top up the sort of silicone mixed with dye I've got already, and then that'll water it down slightly, and then I can make my second attempt at both ears. Nick, walking into my house and brushing off ears from every surface. Iris, hot pockets are just frozen turnovers. Oh yeah, I got the impression they were like sort of a sandwich thing. Oh wait, so they've got like apple and stuff in them. I always thought they were sort of supposed to be savoury. Icky, but also consider wobble wobble wobble. Yes, wobbly ears. I'm thinking of that Tumblr post now where that theorises that elves' ears are like puppy ears in that they when they're young they're sort of floppy and then grow firmer with age. Max Ding, they're like meat pies. Oh, okay. Nick, berry you think usually, and if you recall correctly, having icing on the top and you microwave them and they're inevitably lava inside. Max Ding, priest favoured hot pot. Iris, they're savoury, normally having pizza ingredients in them, but turnovers are the best way to describe them. Okay, so they're savoury, but they have the structure of a turnover. Wait, if they have pizza ingredients, aren't they just calzones? Or calzone, or however it's pronounced. I do not speak the Italian. Oh yeah, there's a game here. I've never seen any other libraries. What are they like? Probably bookcases hanging from the ceilings and mephits living in the fireplace. Let me tell you about this library. It's for our books. One's from the First World. Other types of books don't like it here and disappear. We have books about everything. Joy, triumph, fear. If you want to, you can walk around and read whatever you like. But remember, books about evil and bad things are on the lower shelves. Terrible fear, vicious joy. Books about good things are on the top, go on the top shelves. Although the mistress stopped reading books from the top shelves long ago, and many of them were scattered around the house. I barely saved my favourite book, about beauty. The mephit narrows his eyes with a serene look. Vast waves roll under the blue sky. The waterfall is falling deep into the rainbow. Would you like to read it? He carefully fishes out the book from the little pieces of the clog. It doesn't look harmed by water at all. The mephit opens it for you to see, but he's not letting go of it. Knock Knock tries to peek into the book and winces, as if splashed but with boiling water.
Books. Disgusting magic books. Why show me these pictures? Why we not burn this library? We kill Water Beastie and burn everything.
Jubilust. There's nothing written here. It's pure magic causing the reader to have this or that emotion. It's primitive, tasteless, pointless, devoid of even the shadows of the author's hand. It is the poorest representation of the idea of book I've ever seen. Oh, shut up, colonizer. Nara. Now that's strange. I can't see a thing. Wait. There's a glitter of gems. and the bodies of lovers entwined in a passionate embrace. Oh, it's gone again. Okay, look into the book. You open the book. A series of vague images flash before you. Clouds flowing across the sky, the faces of those you care about or desire, incredible scenes from the first world and others from your homeland, more familiar but no less charming. Do you see? Beautiful, beautiful waves, and such a white waterfall, says the Mephit in awe. Oh, I guess it because he's a Mephit and he's all about water, so his idea of beauty is water. Nick, you're thinking of hot Pop-Tarts. Ah, fair enough. Max Sting, they're like calzones, but usually calzones have cheese and Hot Pockets don't always have them. Oh yeah, they just have, like, sauce, which is probably why they have a reputation for being so warm. Generally, the more watery something is, the longer it will stay hotter, which is why onion soup tends to take a while to eat. I don't know why, but I've got an intense craving for onion soup right now. Aris, in fairness, not all of them have pizza ingredients, just the most popular flavours, and calzones don't normally have tomato sauce in them, and Hot Pockets do. Ah, fair. Okay, do you know where Nerissa's hiding? Nerissa, for those who don't know, is the big bad. No, don't ask me. I can't disclose my mistress's secrets. She'll punish me. Would you like me to tell you something interesting instead? About the house, the first world, the eldest, the secret treasure? Yeah, that's right. Tell me about the treasure. The Mephit leans over to you and whispers mysteriously. The treasure is here, inside the library, but to open the way, you'll need to put the books into the right bookcases. I'll tell you which ones. There are 6 books and 3 bookcases. Wrath, Fear, Sorrow. No one likes to read Sorrow, Wrath and Fear, of course. That's why they hid the treasure behind them. When you find all the books, put the good ones on top shelves and the bad ones on the lower shelves, just like that, and you'll get a treasure. See? I'm so useful. I know so much. Okay. Let's try this diplomacy check. Okay, guess I don't get a second opportunity to make the diplomacy check. What is my diplomacy score at the moment? Maybe it's worth reloading. Okay, persuasion plus 32. Okay, that's not actually bad odds, because I only need to roll an 8 or higher. Yeah, I'll load that and try the diplomacy check. Nolus has redeemed random trivia. Oh, I had something really good, but I've forgotten it. Oh yeah, the word crony shares a root word with the word crone, as in old crone, and also the prefix chrono, all derived from basically well, all derived from the Greek word for time, because crony comes from a Greek word meaning old friends, and crone originally meant an elderly sheep, or more specifically a sheep so old it lost its teeth.
Done.
Good job, Amiri. Okay, let's try this. No, I want to know where Nerissa is and what she's plotting. Tell me and I'll protect you from her. Success! Oh, that was a lot of XP. Max Sting, that's some good trivia. Glad you liked it. Max Sting, you suppose some of your ideas of beauty might involve water? In fact, your beautiful images usually do. Yeah, I mean, water's quite serene. And like, every human being instinctively looks for water because it's what we need. Would I consider making a redeemable for false trivia where I just make stuff up? That actually might be quite fun. I'll consider it. In fact, I might actually do because it's inspired actually by my Pathfinder game, because Nick's character has a feat where if he fails a recall knowledge check, I basically give him one true thing and one lie. It'd be kind of interesting if I had a redeem where I'd give one fake piece of trivia and one real piece of trivia. Okay. You don't seem evil? I'll tell you some. The Mephit doesn't finish. For a moment you feel the oppressive presence of a mighty power, and then the Mephit's body boils, and he turns to steam, screaming desperately. I regret passing that check. Well, Nolis, I think what happened was, because I convinced the Mephit to snitch on his master, he was exploded. Nick, you love that feat so much. Best feat in the whole game. It does make it extremely fun, and it was already fun. Maxting, you often make custom flaws where your character always thinks they know the truth on knowledge checks, even when they fail, which can get awkward if it's related to survival. Yeah. When I did the detect magic, it did say it was enchanted in some way. Oh, I feel super bad about this now. Hey, I know about the library's treasure already. Charred broken skeleton of a bookcase. Can barely make out the word on the upper part. Love. Okay, so we are looking for... I know I found a couple of books. Don't know which ones I've got though. Okay, name. It's going to be the Book of something. Okay, the Book of Blind Revenge, the Book of Bitterness, the New Beginning. Okay, so I need 6 of them. I mean, if anyone wants to look it up and see if I just get something cool or if it's related to a secret ending or what, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Maxting, they're usually conspiracy theories. Yeah. I kind of like making characters that are cryptid hunters. In my games. Just because it's a it's a sort of a fun sort of character archetype, and it's a ready-made reason to explore. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in rolling a formatologist. In Pathfinder, because I don't think I've played one yet. Yeah, for those who don't know, they basically have the ability to they can basically automatically exploit a creature's weakness. So like a lycanthrope, they can automatically make their attacks affect them as if they're silver. And if a creature doesn't have a weakness, they can create one. Which is like basically like sort of like working someone someone has a peanut allergy and using that against them.
An ambush, eh?
I suppose the real question is the XP I just got exploding that Mephit worth it? Because I feel kind of bad about it. There's a way to not explode the method.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Well, I'm not going to save and we'll just head onwards and forwards. That looks like a trap. Okay, that's weird. Sorry.
I'll share my path.
Give you a second, no less you want to finish leveling this plant monster and get its Pokedex entry. Sword of the Necromancer. Ah, fair. I love me a good bestiary. This is one dusty old library. Oh, I guess it. The upper portion is also part of the library. Yeah. Is there anything in the chest? Pernicious poison, moonstone, pearl, herbal petals, gold. Good stuff. Wrath. The Book of Joyless Triumph. The book's pages are empty, but upon opening it, you see yourself. Stand over the body of the Stag Lord on that distant day when the fate of the stolen lands and yours was decided. She whom you share your sight with is laughing wickedly in triumph. Feel her vicious joy. Hear her thoughts. The hound I let slip has taken the stag. Oh, how proud of this new hero must be. How little you know, hound. That your life and your death shall serve the mistress's plans. I need only wait a little while, allow you your toy crown, and steer you to your death as I have steered the stag. Yet another grain will fall into the cup. Dust. Dust. That is what you are. Okay, I'm guessing that's not in the right place. So I think the method said there were 6 of these. Okay, so this is the joy. Okay, this is wrath. Which one was joy then? Fear. Max Sting, what's a character arc with no regrets? Good point. Max Sting, you're busy closing tabs. Opening one can't be counterproductive since the video keeps freezing up and you assume the number of tabs is why. Oh yeah, tabs can drain RAM.
How cute!
Let's check the map. Okay, no, I can't check the map. Okay, upper part says love. Could have sworn I saw her. I'm like 90% certain I saw one of the things and it said joy. Oh wait, is that it? Okay, that's sorrow. Okay, we got sorrow, got wrath, and fear. Okay, let's check what we got anyway. Got the Book of Bitterness. Revenge. Okay, revenge is probably wrath. And the bad ones go on the bottom shelf. Sorrow. Do I have something for sorrow? Yeah, that's sorrow. What's the last one? Do I have something for fear? Okay, joyless triumph. Okay, that could be sorrow as well. Could it be fear? Or could bitterness be yeah, joyless triumph could easily be fearful. I guess you're right. Yeah, I need to find more books. Okay, so I've got 2 more to find. I guess maybe I need to... Oh yeah, I'll look around here. What's up, Shaka? Suppose I might need to head north and try there. Now this geodecimal thing sounds too hard to figure out. Let's arrange my cheerfulness. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take on the enemies due north. So maybe there's something I need up there. It seemed empty, but I wasn't looking for those shelves.
I'll try to escape their view.
This is my time to shine.
Okay, we are casting movement. Cast haste. Freedom of movement. Got to. There it is. Okay, and
The world is full of wonder.
cast greater invisibility on Knock Knock.
Na, orma.
And myself.
Na, orma.
Okay. Knock Knock. Do something about that damn archer, would you?
The light for hope in that
Oh,
fight
come
back.
on.
Best kind of fight. I'm leaking red all over myself.
That was fundamentally so unlucky.
Dawnflower. Oh, Sarenrae.
Max Sting, you wonder what different address systems there could be for library books. The Dewey is a decent one, but presumably a different world would have something parallel but different. Yeah. Like, to be fair, it's sort of a medieval world, so maybe they don't have a proper, sort of widespread system yet.
Stand down.
Tear them apart! Look at me, Gorum!
It would have been super nice if Knock Knock hadn't just walked into that scout. So nice.
This hurts so much.
How many archers do they have? Okay, just the two.
They go down!
Sister, dying is
Ugh.
unpleasant.
Screw it. Amiri, you can eat those attacks of opportunity. We're taking this archer down.
Bring it!
Wow. Complete utter nonsense. Nolis, you looked up Pludog. What was the question? Basically, what was going on? Well, I was kind of wondering if there was a way to, if it was worth going back and sparing him from exploding, and also yeah, just generally what the library's entire deal is.
This won't kill me.
Wouldn't it be funny if I managed to solo this lot with Jubilost?
I'm getting killed here.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All my knowledge, all my genius, lost.
Jubilost is very sad. Nolis, you get the hint from him regardless. Passing the check kills him and gives you XP. It doesn't look like there are any other interactions with him. Okay, I'm just going to swallow that and accept the XP, even if it makes me feel kind of bad.
I'll scout ahead.
Okay, let's redo these. Ow. Eerie. And of course have an enlarged person as a treat. Cast haste. How long is haste lasting? Only 30 seconds. Oh yeah, that's because it's from a scroll.
Is there trouble?
Na, air, orma. Na, air, orma.
Okay. Step forward.
Please, not Ramskull. Not hoping
Oh,
to
come
fight
on.
back. Best kind of fight.
Okay, not repeating last time. Miri's just going to charge straight in. Knock might as well attack here.
Not fight back.
Jubilast. Oh yeah, you've got the cursed bombs. Okay, you've got Curse of Weakness, Curse of the Feeble Body. Ah, Curse of Idiocy. Curse of Deterioration. Okay, no clean line of sight. Lower yourself. Okay, protection from evil. We should have cast that before. Oh well. Maxting, question about that fight. Much of it seems to take place behind a doorway, where you're unable to retreat behind the bookcases. Yeah, but I don't think there was much cover, because the archers seem to just be able to shoot at anyone in the room.
I'm leaking red all. Getting dizzy.
Stand down.
Oh, come on. Yeah, if I can just take out the archers, then the fight's going to be fairly easy. Okay, can I get... Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can Breath of Life. Knock. No, I can't. Too far away. Oh yeah, I could have moved into the room behind them, but the problem is then I wouldn't be able to get to them.
This won't kill me.
Ah, damn it.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Okay, come on, can we just get that last bit of damage on it? No, we can't apparently. Max Sting so they wouldn't follow, and it would just be a... Oh. And it would just be a standoff until I came in and got picked at with arrows and... Slay Living. Yeah, that's a good point, but I think the main problem was the Monarch could just okay. Enough of blancmange. Why are you so slow, Tristian? Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. What about this fight? Well, the problem there is, I can't really do anything because, I can't actually attack them unless I suppose I could try and bottleneck them. Yeah, that's actually quite clever.
Unpleasant.
Protect me! Someone! This cannot be happening.
Is unpleasant.
In private thermoply. What am I thinking with it? Would be Agnacourt. Notice, in fairness, we don't have air conditioning in the UK. It's true, I am dying of heat. Max Sting, you think that was the title of a level in the first-person shooter series marathon? Ah, yeah. What Bungie made before they made Halo. It was originally also... Notably, it's one of the few games that was on the Mac, and originally Halo was going to be a Mac exclusive until Microsoft bought them out. I hear it's a bit more lore heavy than Doom. Anyways, before we continue... Okay, hot tea might be a bit of a bad idea, but I've got a nice red bush honey flavoured tea here. Nick, disappointingly Marathon's getting rebooted as an extraction shooter. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I've been thinking of going back and playing it just to see how well it holds up compared to other games of the area. Iris, Halo was supposed to be a fully open world game originally, which is why the maps in its campaign are so huge. Earless extraction shooter. Basically something like Deep Rock Galactic, where you're supposed to sort of complete an objective, then escape, while working as a team. Max Sting, Marathon, the physics are a little weird and floaty, but you adore that series. Nice. Okay, we're
Now
cloaked.
you see me. Now you don't.
Okay, let's try this again. Okay, hasted. I really should do that last. Oh well. Okay, freedom of movement. Maybe you can be a little big as a treat.
Adventures are exciting.
Nam, air, orma. Nam, air, orma.
Okay, we're going to recast haste. Right, let's do this knock knock. Get him.
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies up, hoping not fight back. Best kind of fight. Yeah.
Okay, that was ridiculous. Why do I keep getting confused? Nick, sort of close to things like Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, where there are other players against your team as well. Like halfway between Deep Rock Galactic and a Battle Royale. Maxting the tone of Marathon is, when not just extremely blowing, shoot up, violent, rather somber. The one in particular, there's ample opportunity to just reflect on things amidst the architecture and half-flooded basements. It's almost serene despite the enemies. Interesting. Okay, a Mirate. I think she'll be able to charge. No, I'll just have her charge the scout. Nara. Passive weakness. Okay, yeah, that might be useful on a spellcaster. Oh, this guy's still up.
I'm leaking red all. Getting dizzy.
Dawnflower.
Will you stop doing that, me? Okay. Make enchantment. Why did they all get a... Oh no, a blind archer. I should have targeted a different one. Oh well. Anyway, why aren't you...
This won't kill me.
Healing fire. I need your breath. Sir,
That is very annoying.
Tear them apart!
Okay, yeah, she's just rolling really badly. Nothing specialist going on here.
Sister, protect me.
Splat.
I hate dying. Is
Keeps making my character confused. Wait, is it the lantern?
I'm getting killed here! All my knowledge, all my genius, lost!
Protect me! Someone! Anyone! Now you see me. Now you don't.
Oh yeah, I heard this Randall and the other AIs are quite interesting when they sort of, the way they sort of, I suppose it's like a proto-GLaDOS, although not necessarily as malicious. I'm going to give this one more shot and then I'm going to have to stop because it is getting very warm in here.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Gaining the advantage is always smart.
Okay, problem is I need to keep the lantern equipped.
The world is full of wonder.
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies and hoping not fight back. Best kind of
Oh,
fight.
I forgot to disable Piranha Strike. Oh well. I charge. Yes, but not by enough.
Tear them apart!
Perfect. Thank you for the posture check, Maxting. These fights make you hunch over, so you posture a lot. Fair enough. Missed. Oh, yeah, there's no point in not casting this. Wait, what's happened to... Oh, I forgot to cast Freedom of Movement. Here, Miri, go. Not quite. I do not know, Maxting. Maybe something will happen if I retreat to the hall.
I'm getting killed here!
And it's down. Okay, Miri can try and take it down, and hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, cast Breath of Life on the player character. Okay, that's not an option. Instead, let's cast... Can I cast Heal? Yep, Heal Mass. Nola's stream buffering a lot for some reason. Maxting, you figure the melee folks will almost certainly follow. It's not really the melee ones we have to worry about though.
Whatever the...
Okay, it passed its will save, which is annoying, but there we go, it probably was gonna. Oh wow, plus 22. It's gonna pass either way. Okay, Tristian. What else you got? Suppose there's not many front... Okay, yeah, that has a massive area of effect. Yeah, let's do it.
Dawnflower. Serenray, I see your light.
No, this difficulty's still on normal. I think I might have, I don't think I've turned it down yet. Yes, he's down. Okay. Dodge this.
Bring it!
And let's see how much she can tank. Fair bit. Okay, any of them low HP? Not really, but
Tear them apart! They go down! Look at me, Golem!
explode.
Dying is unpleasant.
Okay.
Won't kill
Dying
me!
is unpleasant.
I think I might just be able to scrape this.
Bring it! Oh,
Dying is unpleasant.
Okay. Cure serious wounds. Yeah, that didn't do much. Oh well.
this won't kill me!
Oh well, still in that game.
Unpleasant.
Tear them apart!
Oh, come the heck on. We can do this. Oh, okay. This could be a clutch moment. Okay, I think Miri has pretty good odds against this guy solo.
Kill me! I'm all right.
This is why you don't send scouts out.
Bring it!
Okay, Tristian.
friend.
Heal. Mass. There we go. And for those who've missed it, that is absolutely amazing if you're dealing with a large group of undead. Yep, It's kind of funny he even critted and didn't do much damage. Barbarians are, after all, pretty tough. Let's have a look around here then. Oh yeah, you got anything on you? I didn't think so.
I'll share my path.
Okay, don't tell me this was actually pointless. Oh well, I got some XP, I suppose. Yeah, I am literally going to melt, so I'll call it here. No less, how many class features items did I have to spend to heal back up? Just one. Christian can cast mass heal. So heal is actually the top tier healing spell. And it's basically tons of hit points and also any other unpleasant things go away. I did save, didn't I? Yes, but here. Max Sting, okay, try to find somewhere blisteringly hot. Icky, quite fair, thank you for the stream, hope the not warm arrives soon. Yeah, I'm going to open a window and hopefully that'll help me cool down. But obviously that'll draw in all the outside sounds, so... Wow. My hair literally looks like it's melting. Yes. Sorry again for the state of my hair, by the way. I was expecting to be wearing a wig today, so I haven't washed it. I just had to blast it with dry shampoo and hope for the best. Anyways, who have we got? Oh, we've got Al Wyvern, we've got Nettie. And we've got DJ Alpha Omega. Okay. Yeah, let's while Nettie's playing Sam and Max hit the road. Max saying I look pretty good when I'm melting, apparently. Oh, thank you. Hopefully that bodes well for my Nash cosplay when I get to it. Because since I'm not letting all this ear technology go to waste. But yeah, we'll raid Nettie. Okay. Okay, raided the wrong one there. I'll type it properly this time. Yeti. No less if the street sounds are reasonably not constant or I have direction mark that's pointing away from it, might be worth a try. Well, that's more, I don't really want the sounds of me streaming passing outside. I mean, I can't imagine people would be able to hear it from the street, but why risk it? Oh, anyways, yep, I'll be back literally tomorrow. I'll be basically running another session of Kingmaker which is the well, it's a quest in the Nick's Nordmark campaign. That's his West Marches style campaign, Nordmark. It's a bit of a silly thing where they're questing for ingredients to make the ultimate cake and impress a druid and his boyfriend ? Yep. So that'll be tomorrow at 7:30. Hopefully a little bit cooler. I know, who knows, maybe I'll have my ears finished and I'll just do a tiefling cosplay for the heck of it. Yep, I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. I'll be back with more Pathfinder on Wednesday, and we're going to raid in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.